Okay, welcome back to another episode of Dakota Planet Student Spotlight.
Episode 29, right?
Yeah, 29. And your name is?
Kristen Cowden. I don't know if you want a last name.
You're good, you're fine. So what grade are you in?
I'm a senior right now.
Okay, how's that going so far?
It's pretty good. I got into Wayne State. I got a $2,000 scholarship, so really happy about that.
That's good. I mean, you have like plans for the future and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm kind of all over the place, but I feel like I know what I want, but then again, it just like changes. So
you're sort of on the right path, but like it's sort of changes around.
Right, yeah.
So you're not like 100% cemented in what you want to do, but you are kind of like, you felt it out a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, like general area.
I definitely want to go into psychology, just like help people get a specialization in addiction, maybe social psychology. So.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. Is that like, would that be more of like medical almost, because you said like psychology and like helping people?
It's more of the STEM. It's not like I wouldn't have to go to medical school or anything. It's just like I would get my master's degree, maybe even PhD. But
okay,
so it's like you'd have it, so that you have multiple like options for it.
Right.
But like you're not there yet.
Yeah.
Kind of like changing the topic a little bit, kind of back towards like the school side of things. Like right now, do you have any like favorite classes or anything? Like, what would be your favorite subject that you're in right now, I guess?
I really like, health, of course, because it does like a lot of like psychology, and then newspaper, because I just get to write. I'm also the president of writing club, and I do like secretary of women's empowerment. So I'm just like all over the place with clubs, and yeah.
That's good. You're in a lot of clubs, you said?
Yeah, I'm in GSA as well. I go there like maybe like every 2 weeks. I joined JSA like one time. I don't know if that counts, but I'm also in band, and yeah.
What do you think would be your favorite club if you had to choose?
That's a hard one. I really like writing club just cause I'm the president, and I feel like it's almost an abuse of power, just like me just ranting a lot and just talking about like my favorite books and all that, just recommending stuff to people. But I do feel really happy when people say like, hey, you have this book, can I borrow it from you? I'm really interested since you talked about it, so that makes me really happy.
That's good.
Yeah.
You feel like you're like actually getting people engaged
into
reading and stuff.
Right.
Which is clearly something that you enjoy.
Yeah.
That's good.
You're inspiring others to give
follow
what
your
you
path.
like. Yeah.
Right.
Give what you like a try.
Yeah.
So if you were to join like a new club, what one do you think is like the one you're looking at the most? Like obviously you have a lot on your plate. I'm not saying you should go ahead and join anyone, but if you were
to join any club, like what would be your first club that comes to mind?
I would say film club, just because like it's really interesting. I enjoy like broadcasts and all that, and yeah, I just really like it. But it's on the same day as writing club, and it's like what do you do? So
yeah, it's kind of conflicting.
Right.
You said you're part of band. How's that going?
It's pretty good. There's a chance for me to get a solo this year again. So if I get this solo, I'll have had 4 solos within my whole high school career. And I'm just really excited about that. And I don't know, I just live for the competition, which is, it sounds really cocky, but I really like it. It just really inspires me. And there's a chance for me to be a part of the musical, play like snare or bass, cymbals, something like that. Just like a short period of time. So I'm really looking forward to that.
So the competition kind of helps keep you like driven and motivated towards other things.
Right.
So, yeah, I get it.
So I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So being in band, you obviously do a lot of clubs too.
Mm-hmm.
How do you balance all of that, especially with homework and stuff like
that? Honestly, I don't know. It's just like, one day I'll focus on this more than the other one. One day I'll focus on, the one I didn't focus on the day before, and one week I'll just focus on like one entire subject, stuff like that. It bounces a lot, but I'm actually surprised I'm like keeping myself like a whole agenda and everything this year. So
staying organized.
Yeah.
Yeah, me personally, I've never been able to do that. That's
organization has never been my
right. You should see my room. It's just a mess. So.
Well, I mean, everything else is organized. That's all that matters.
Right.
It's the important things organized that matter.
Yeah, exactly.
Of course, yeah.
What do you like to do for like fun outside of school?
Well, I really like to read, write. I really like learning different languages as well. So that's just really interesting. I really like learning about culture and just hanging out with friends. I live at 7-Eleven. I think the guy there thinks that me and my friend are sisters. Yeah, Polly. He thinks me and MJ are sisters. So we go in there and I just live there.
What languages have you learned? What are you interested in as far as languages and cultures?
As of right now, I speak Polish, English, French, Swedish, American Sign Language, and I'm learning Danish right now.
Now, if
Are
you
you fluent in
ever...
French?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
I'm not like, I don't really know like the slang and all that, but like, I have a foreign exchange student as a friend that goes here, and when we're like alone, we'll speak French to each other.
So if you had to choose one place anywhere in the world that you would want to go to learn like their culture and their language, where would you want to go the most?
That's a really good question, because like there's so many I just want to go to. I've never been to Poland. My grandparents really want to take me, so there's definitely that. Just to go and like see, where my family's from and all that. But then again, France is really cool. I also would really love to go to Africa, just for whatever reason. They speak French there as well in some countries, and it just seems really interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of like, I know it's kind of hard, but this is like the last question before the end, so I figured I should ask kind of a tough one, but like, what would you say is like your like favorite like culture? You know what I mean? 'Cause I'm kind of interested in that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Like I like a lot of like different cultures, and just all of them are so.
It's interesting to see
I
their
love
like
seeing
different
that.
perspectives.
Right, of course. And I would have to say like, that's honestly such a hard question. My mom's a Spanish teacher, and she also speaks Polish, so it's so I've been to Mexico as well, and it's very beautiful there, and I just it's such a hard question, but if I say like Slavic culture, then that feels biased against myself.
Yeah,
But like I love Asian culture as well. I have a lot of friends adopted from China, and just like embracing their culture as well. So
I like seeing like the little differences in between like similar cultures.
Right.
Like if you went to like to the continent of Africa and you looked around at all like the different sort of like cultures there, you'd see like similarities and small differences. That's so cool to me.
Right.
Like similar with certain like elements of different Asian cultures. Like,
Right.
it's the same sort of
It's
thing.
like
Yeah.
it's like you go to a different area, but it's the same people, but they just do our
They do it
lives
their way.
differently.
Yeah. They
Right.
just do it
It's
their
like
way.
we're all
Right.
connected,
Yeah,
but
it's so
different.
Yeah, like we all have our own lives, but it's interesting to see how others play out their own lives and
Right.
choose to play out.
Right. I really like
I
it.
don't know if I had to say a favorite. I know I'm not the one getting interviewed, but it would probably be like I don't know. I want to say like classic like Mongol culture is so cool.
Yeah.
Like Tibetan monks are so cool because they're just like peaceful in there and
Right.
they're just like
Yeah.
one with themselves.
Of course.
And then like it's kind of it doesn't exist anymore, but like Incan culture is so interesting,
Really cool.
because they're also really peaceful, just like
Yeah.
Yeah. I would have to say if I could choose one, definitely be Italy.
Italy.
I love how their architecture,
Yeah.
and I just
You like kind of like the romantic style.
I like their architecture as well as their like style of how they live, as well as the food there is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this interview is just 9 minutes. It's definitely going to be one of our longest ones.
Yeah.
So just to wrap it up, we always ask this like, what's just like a piece of advice, something you've learned like that would apply to anybody watching this, anybody in the school, something you could give to somebody just to kind of help them, like from your own experience, what you've determined. Like,
I think it would be a quote by Julius Caesar, and that's Veni Vidi Vici, I came, I saw, I conquered. And I know that sounds really cheesy, but it's like my life motto, and I just live by it. You go, you see something that's challenging, and you conquer it. So don't back down.
Yeah.
So
I think a better way to put it, would be don't back down.
Yeah.
I like that, because Venice Vidi Vici, that'll just confuse at least me. That already has me confused. But yeah, I agree agree with that. You definitely need to look at something, say this is what I want to go for, and you need to go for it.
Right.
Like you actually need to picture.
You finish everything you start.
Right.
Yeah, I learned this in basketball kind of as a kid. Like they always said, just because I was never super heavy into basketball, but I always liked it. And like the thing they would always tell you is you have to see yourself making the shot before you make it.
That's what they told me in basketball too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it's true. It applies to literally everything in
Right.
life. You need to be able to see you winning in order to know how to win, and then to actually be able to put your mind to it.
To do a sport, you gotta see yourself achieving whatever goal you're achieving. Doesn't matter if it's basketball, football, soccer, whatever. You gotta see yourself achieving your own goals. Like working out, you gotta finish those reps because you gotta get that mentality. And even if it's homework, you gotta see yourself finishing the homework and get through it.
You want to be the type of person where you have to force yourself to stop,
right?
Not where you have to force yourself to start,
right?
You know what I mean? But anyways, we gotta wrap this up. We're at 11 minutes already.
All right.
So thank you.
All right, thank you.
Interview. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So much.